What is going on, guys? It is Jen and Giselle. So today we are actually going to talk a little bit something different than skincare, but it all plays effect with your skin, no matter what. So I've been diving in deep. I know last week we went on to cellulite, and so we talked about how we were going to kind of go into nutrition and things like that. And I just kickstarted, I don't know, Giselle, if you saw this, I just kickstarted a metabolism 6-week booster. I sent that out for just a couple girls to sign on because I'm going to be launching something on our program for metabolism. The reason why I think it's really beneficial is because I think a lot of people think that they have to do a diet, right? You have to be keto, you have to be, paleo, you have to be no carb. I mean, whatever it is that you think that you have to do to diet down to lose weight. And I just want to let everybody know that it's BS. It's not a diet. It's not it's not necessarily always calorie restriction on top of that. So we should be keeping our calories at a certain point, but it's not necessarily always calorie restrictions. A lot of times it has to do with our metabolism, and a lot of people don't understand that. Our metabolism is literally going to be the key factor of everything to tell us if we are going to lose weight or if we're not going to lose weight. So I'm sure many of women realize this when they hit midlife, that all of a sudden they can't lose weight, right? And they're like, well, what the fuck? I'm working out, I'm doing whatever I have to do, I'm watching my calories, but this is not coming off. And that has to do with your hormones. And a lot of times, you need to probably be with a practitioner, a dietitian, or a nutritionist at that point to help you to get to that next level. Because if your hormones are wreaking havoc, you're not going to lose weight, no matter what you do. You might lose a couple pounds, but you're definitely not going to be to where you need to be. So I just did a podcast on this actually, and it will be launching out. Actually, when we put this out, it should already be launching out. So it'll be about at the same time. But it talks pretty much about the fact that the two factors of why people can't lose weight, and that is cortisol and that is insulin. There's a lot more hormone factors than just those two, but those two are huge. The other factors, I would say, if you're having more issues, then you probably need to talk to your doctor about it. I see you're there with notes, Giselle. So
yes.
Do you want to partake on this? Kind of go in?
Well, a couple of the things actually that I was looking at is when it comes to your metabolism, there's 3 types. So there's the ectomorphs, the mesomorphs, and endomorphs. So ectomorphs is more of somebody that's like me. So someone that's like skinny and can eat pretty much anything and still not gain any weight. So for me, I have to take
Bitch.
I have to take smaller food portions, but I have to eat more throughout the day. But I also have to do a lot more protein than other people. And then I have to work on strength training. And then there's other people that are like athletic, medium built, and they can gain muscle easily. But they do have to still kind of watch what they're eating and still kind of maintain their weight. And then the endomorphs, they're better at storing nutrients, and it's a little harder to lose weight, but it's not impossible. But a lot of it is just, how you're eating, and not necessarily, when I say that, as in what you're eating, but how you're eating. So if it's smaller portions throughout the day or smaller portions 3 times a day, whatever the case is, it's different ways of how you're supposed to take your food and how you're supposed to make it. So it just kind of depends. And then, going on to strength, cardio, depending what kind of training you're trying to do also, but that does take a play into the metabolism.
Awesome. No, it's true. And I actually wasn't even going to dive into that. So I'm glad that you did. Do you have anything else that you want to give about all of that?
I think it just really you're just trying to being able to identify where you stand with that is where you're really going to be able to help yourself. Because if you don't really know, then it's going to be harder for you to do what you need to do on your part.
Hmm.
Um, you can always go to a doctor, which is always great. But sometimes, like for myself, for the longest time, I didn't have insurance. So a
Hmm.
lot of it comes down to research
Hmm.
um, for what you can do for yourself that a
Hmm.
doctor obviously can give you more. But pretty much, if you just kind of know the type of metabolism that you have, then that can kind of help you learn what you're needing to boost your metabolism. So there's different ways to boost it too. You know, you could eat
Yeah.
plenty of protein meals, drink cold water, high intensity workouts, um, lifting, so building your muscle, standing up more. Another thing to boost your metabolism is green tea or oolong tea, which I actually really like those. And eating spicy foods, good night's sleep, drinking coffee, and then replace cooking fats with coconut oil. So a
Hmm.
lot of those can play into your metabolism as well.
Yeah. Or ghee too. If you guys don't
Yeah.
like that, ghee's really good. I typically I do a higher fat, high protein diet. The reason why I do it is because it is more anti-aging. Um, Fats in your body are actually really good, especially good fats, because they are going to help a lot with your collagen and your elastin production. And a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of carbohydrates, especially starchy carbohydrates, they tend to really spike your insulin levels and actually can age you a lot faster. And they wreak havoc on your metabolism. But I'll go into all that. But I'm glad that you went over those because I was actually going to hit it from a totally different aspect today. So I'm like really happy that we have two different realms of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, because everybody is made to be lean, right? And
Mhm.
it could be like you were talking about the three different stages of what people are. So you could have thicker boned or thicker individual, but everybody is made to be lean. Nobody is made to be fat, right? And I don't mean that to be rude to anybody else or, offend anybody. Our bodies are not made to be that way. And it's not your fault that your body is maybe that way and you can't get out of it. And that's what people need to understand is that it's the fact of just pretty much what we feed our brains, right? And we'll talk about different things. So when I start people on any type of mentoring or coaching for diet and nutrition, I talk about your mindset. And I don't know if you saw a picture of one of my clients, how she posted on her mirror what I made them post. So I make them post like three different things on their mirror. And one of them is, own your own shit. The second is you're sexy as fuck. And so I go through that pattern. And the reason why I do that is because you're putting that mental in your brain. And it's just like anything else, right? If you want to achieve something in life, if you put that in your brain that you're going to achieve that, you're going to achieve it no matter what you do. But I want to talk about the hormone fluctuation. So let's talk about cortisol, for instance. Cortisol is something that your body produces as a fight or flight reaction, right? So, for instance, say you're being chased by a bear, right? You need to have superhuman, oh gosh, I can't think, superhuman, reactions to it. So our body produces a thing called cortisol. And what that does is it spikes. So then that way, when you're in a place of panic, you can get out of that. You can think quick and you can move fast. But the thing is that our lives are like that now. Our
Mhm.
lives are under stress like that. We all are in that fight or flight moment like all the time. especially A-driven people like myself and Gizelle, we can't sit still. We have to work all the time. We have to do things. And so what happens is sometimes we cause our bodies to go into these stress modes, and it's that fight or flight. And so you're producing the cortisol, right? So cortisol actually tends to get you thicker in the midsection. So you could be lean as fucking skinny, but have a fluffy midsection. That is because
Mhm.
your cortisol is messed up, right? So what I do is I retrain my clients, or and I mentor them to the fact that they need to start a journal, and they need to realize what in their life is causing this stress. Why are they feeling this way? Are they not doing things that make them happy through the day? Or maybe it's in essence that you screwed your metabolism up, just like I did during prep, that I stressed my body out so much that now my body doesn't know how to produce things normal, right? And so it's almost going through a cycle of retraining your body. And it takes a while to get there. It could take 3, 6 months sometimes to get your life or your body there. And those are the things that people need to understand. Is it's not so much that you need to be on a calorie deficit, right, if you want to, of course, lose weight, but you need your metabolism balanced. So cortisol is the issue. And sometimes what happens is, since I competed and I screwed my cortisol up, maybe my adrenals are higher, right? So I'm in adrenal fatigue. So now I have to reboot my adrenals and my body to get to that certain point. So I'm not going to go into like how you do it, but I just want to put there out there that these are the factors of why possibly you can't lose weight. So I hear a lot of times from people like, I'm calorie deficient. I've been doing my cardio. I've been doing my workouts. I've been doing everything that I'm supposed to do, and I'm not losing weight. Well, it's because this is the reason. Your cortisol's off of whack, right? So now you need help with that. You need to figure these things out in life. So it's almost like a replan for your life, a reboot. You need to reboot your shit. So I'm glad that you brought up the other, because I wanted to bring up the mental. The next thing that I want to talk about is insulin. A lot of times people have issues with insulin and they're not understanding. So they could be a calorie deficient, but their insulin level sucks because, say, they decided that they're just going to have high carbs, or they eat sugar. And what happens is, when you produce that insulin, your body, it's almost like a diabetic, right? A diabetic has insulin issues. So your blood sugar's off the hook constantly. And so it can't regulate. And so your body then stores fat, and that's what happens. So it could be little areas like that are happening within your body. And so these are things that people need to reevaluate and relook at. It even could be an athlete. For instance, I know myself sometimes, like, I work freaking hard all the time and I work out constantly. I'm like, why am I not losing weight? Well, it's because I'm doing too much on my body. I'm causing my body to stress out. I'm not giving it a break. And so then therefore it counterproductive of what it's supposed to. So that is my shindig for today. um But then also, I believe too in some intermittent fasting. I think that everybody should be doing it as well, because it cleans out our cells and gets rid of all the bad crap, and the new good stuff, and what you put in it helps it. So that's kind of really what I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to keep it too long. I just wanted people to understand that, maybe it's not your diet. Maybe you're doing everything right, but maybe you don't get enough sleep. Maybe you work too fucking hard. Maybe you don't take a break. And we beat ourselves up for taking a break. I know I do, right? Like today, do you know how hard it is for me to actually go get my oil changed, go get my nails done, and actually sit at home and work on things? I think that I should be in the office doing stuff, even though I'm doing things. I don't feel like I'm being productive because I'm not in the
You have to
office.
be like more active, like actually physically doing something.
Right?
Like that's how I am. I can't
Yeah.
just sit and do something, even though I know I'm still working. I need to actively do something. I have to get up, I have to physically move around. But, and then even though I'm extremely drained by the end of the week, it's like the one thing I feel like keeps me going. But then I
Yep.
have to realize also, like we we're talking about our mental space is it putting too much on me that it's not helping me gain weight because I'm so stressed out and I'm always moving and I'm always doing all these things. So it does start, with your mental space, and then, other things follow with it.
But also ask yourself, are you happy?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Are you happy? Are you happy being busy all the time? Like
I
truly, are
feel
you
like I like
happy?
it
Yeah.
though.
Well, and I do too. Like, don't get me wrong, I do too. But I also know that like if I just got my bike and went for a bike ride, I feel
Yeah,
guilty about it, but I would actually be really happy. So why am I making myself feel guilty about it?
yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
And
I
a lot
feel
of people
guilty to
don't.
do shit like that or go to lunch with a girlfriend. Like
Hmm.
I feel like I should be working. Why do I feel guilty about that? I need to live life. And
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yep, that's same thing. Like basically, I've been told like you're just a workaholic. All you do is work, 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 work. You need to make time for other things, other people, other like things to enjoy life.
mhm,
Because at the end of the day, to take care of ourselves, we have to enjoy our life too.
exactly. Yes. But there's also a fine point to the fact that you need to look at it is that person saying you work too much because they feel inadequate that they're not working and they're putting that on you, or
Hmm.
are you working too much? See, I love to work. So that's just who I am. And I get that too. I get that from my family.
My last job, I had an office job and I was there from 9 to 6. There were days that I would go in there at 7 a.m. and leave at 8 p.m. just because I wanted to work more and make
Mhm,
more money.
mhm.
So it was just like, that's just what I like to do. I like to keep myself productive. And then if I'm here, like at home, then I'm like, okay, I need to clean this. I need to do this. I need to do that, where I'm like physically doing something because
Yeah.
otherwise
Yeah.
it's not fun to me. It's not something that I can enjoy just
Yeah.
relaxing. How some other people can relax and enjoy their time. I feel
Yeah.
like I have to just
I
move.
understand. No, I get it. I get it. We all get that. So, well, is there anything else that you kind of want to put on all of that?
No, I think we covered it all. I mean, just taking care of your mindset is really big. And then everything else, get a plan into effect.
Yeah.
And like we're talking about, find what type of metabolism that you have. And then that can kind of help give you somewhat of a baseline on how to work with it. Because when I was researching, it gave me little things that I was like, oh, that is me. I
Mm-hmm.
can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized when I was doing that in the past,
Mm-hmm.
it helped. So no matter what metabolism you
Yeah.
have, you can try to do your own research into trying to help yourself get healthy again.
Yeah. And also one quick thing before we end this that I think is really cool for everybody is a great thing to do every morning is to have a glass of warm water with some lemon and like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. It actually really helps your digestive system. So I think that's all. I think we covered it. We hit it on both ends, and that's what I want. So good. Um, anyway, let us know what you guys think. DM us. Let us know what you want to talk about. If there's anything else you want us to dive in deep with. And with that said, I hope you guys have a fabulous week.
All right. Bye.